Hi folks, this is a video that I really did not want to make, but since it's now national news, I think it's important for me to share my opinion on what has been happening with the 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝘀 festival that was due to take place on August 23rd in 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗄, County Leitrim, were it not for the interference with or by a number of, let's just say, left wingers, far left, fringe left, who run the page Leitrim and Roscommon Against Fascism and have basically been on a crusade to smear this festival, which is a festival celebrating Irish culture and heritage. It's called 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗀 after the lines of the poem that were written by Padraig Pearse, the man who read out the proclamation on the steps of the GPO on Easter Monday, 1916. And so I was invited to speak at this festival, naturally, because I'm the founder of the Brehon Academy. And what I have to say would be very relevant for this type of a festival. But that didn't stop the Leitrim and Roscommon Against Fascism and their cohorts launching a smear campaign against me personally and other speakers of the event. They're trying to say that this is a fascist Nazi rally, far right. And that couldn't be further from the truth. And I hope you guys are listening to this, Leitrim and Roscommon Against Fascism. I really hope that you hear this video, because it could not be further from the truth. And in this statement that was issued by Leitrim and Roscommon Against Fascism, I'm going to see if I can find it here and pull it up. Yeah, they called it a fascist event planned for 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗀. I'm going to show you that now, because I think that the Leitrim and Roscommon Against Fascism would love to have a few extra eyes on this. So here's the document. And what I want to draw your attention to is this here. Kevin Flanagan are all active participants in the burgeoning fascist movement. But that's not all they say. Here it is here. Look, Kevin Flanagan, another advertised speaker, founded the sovereign citizen movement in the country, which is a fringe movement that rejects the authority of the Irish state and its legal systems. And this is written by people who claim to be anarchists. They claim to be anarchists. But don't ever try to rebut the authority of the state, because that's just not okay. And by the way, that sovereign citizen movement that I founded, I think sovereign citizen is an oxymoron, first of all, because how can you be sovereign and a citizen at the same time? The movement that I founded was called 𝗃 na Saor, which means land of the free, and it was a community forum for sharing ideas, community gardening, skill swapping, and information sharing. So what's wrong with that? Okay, yes, we did have a few conversations on the nature of the relationship between the individual and the state, but what's wrong with that? So I think that they're just saying this to try and smear my name. And then they have Gavin Lowbridge up here, which I don't know why he's appearing in the same paragraph. It also says, I'm a regular on Off Grid Ireland podcast, which is run by out-and-out Nazi and self-proclaimed participant in the Sinn Féin vigilante group, Gavin Lowbridge. So I have no idea why they're lumping me in with Gavin Lowbridge, but I suspect you can read between the lines here. And if you're just like an outsider looking in, you're going to think that I'm a Nazi as well. And I'm not a Nazi as well. So that's one document that I want to show you. And now I want to show you another one. This is the lows that they're willing to stoop to. Look at this. Stephen Kerr and Sean Wynn proudly present 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝘀 Festival. Join us for a day of, there's a swastika, racist hate mongering, insidious right-wing poison, and vicious fascist bigotry. Help us to stir racial tension and hatred in 𝗃𝗵𝗶𝘀 and the wider Leitrim area by spewing our divisive, hateful, poisonous rhetoric. Somebody's after taking the time to design this and draw it up. How twisted in your head do you have to be to come up with this? Only a true fascist could come up with something like that. To ramp up fear and ignorance, thereby increasing division, confusion, and alienation. Demonstration of immigrants by hate-filled demonization of immigrants by hate-filled dangerous Nazis at Mayflower Community Centre. Look at this. If they're black, send them back. If you're brown, get out of town. This is absolutely appalling. It's disgraceful. It's so disgraceful. And that's not all. That's not all. I have another thing to show you. There. Look at this. How disgusting is that? It's sick. It's sick. This is the organizer over here, and they put wanker. Fun Boy 3. This is John Waters over here. This is Thomas Sheridan. Make Ireland great again. Make Éireann great again. But like, look at the fucking state of this. That's Wynn, who I don't know Wynn, but he's apparently sits on the board of this Mayflower Miss Era contest. I mean, this is appalling. It's so disgusting that somebody would actually take the time to do this and demonize a festival of Irish culture. It's disgusting. Imagine that's in your head. Imagine you think that's what's going on. And so these same crowd, these same leftist agitators, they approached, I don't know who they approached, but they basically got 600 artists to sign a letter of objection that this festival of Irish culture and heritage shouldn't go ahead. And who were signatories to that? Huh? Who were signatories to that? If you read the newspaper today, Daily Mail, Irish, I think it's the Irish Mail, you would know that the signatories to that included people like 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝘀 and others. Okay, I'm going to share another image with you now. This is an article that appeared today in the Irish Times or the Daily Mail or Irish Daily Mail. See it up there? Irish Daily Mail. So if Carlsberg did hypocrisy, they'd never match the self-regarding virtue signaling sanctimony of left-wing artists, especially when they hunt in a pack. But even then, as a contender for You Couldn't Make This Up Story of the Year, the following would take some beating. Hypocritical artists like 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝘀 call for freedom of speech, but on their terms. And this is a very well written article, and if you, it's a bit bad quality because I've blown it up here. A host of Irish and international artists, including Christy Moore, Fontaines DC, the Mary Wallopers, well, no surprise there, huh? The Blind Boy Boat Club, and the Pogues, as well as Paul Weller, Primal Scream. This was in relation to, do you remember a few weeks ago or a few months ago, 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝘀 was getting banned. They were, I don't know if they played Glastonbury or not. I'm assuming they didn't, but anyway. And when that was happening, all of these people got together and signed a letter that says, as artists, we feel the need to register our opposition to any political repression of artistic freedom. Any opposition to any political repression, our opposition to any political repression of artistic freedom. Now, what's interesting about this is the very same people signed the letter that's calling for Mise Era Festival to be cancelled. So they're happy to do it for 𝗃𝗵. Artistic expression must be protected at any cost. But when it comes to what we're trying to do, celebrate Irish culture and heritage, that's a big no-no. Like, what did I want to read here? Uh, but when 𝗃𝗵 were in danger of being silenced, these beauties were staunchly opposed to any repression of artistic freedom, but they're all for repression. Can't get enough of it, in fact, when the ones seeking to exercise artistic freedom are suspected of having unapproved opinions. Whether or not you disagree with the views expressed is irrelevant when they're 𝗃𝗵's views. When they're coming from the wrong side, though, it's very relevant indeed. And the reason why I'm talking about this is I got mentioned in this article. And so the event, which was to feature Brehon Academy founder Kevin Flanagan, journalist Louise Rosengrave, and filmmaker Thomas Sheridan, among others, has been cancelled at the insistence of these free speech hysterics and the 400 people who bought tickets to enjoy a festival of Irish music, language, culture, and traditions can just suck it up. Their superiors have spoken. So, the reason I'm making this video is to say that this festival is still going ahead. But not in Drumshanbo, because Drumshanbo, your name is completely sullied now. Everyone in the world, when they think of Drumshanbo, they're going to think of you silencing this festival of Irish culture, heritage, and traditions. We're going to have lads doing uilleann pipe workshops. We're going to have Irish music. We're going to have talks about Irish culture and heritage. But no, not anymore, because you managed to get it cancelled because you threatened the Mayflower establishment. Well, luckily, it's going ahead in a private location now. It's going ahead in a private location just outside Castlebar, and that location is not going to be disclosed anytime soon. So, is it a victory? I don't think so, because we are determined to make this event happen. And if you want to get tickets, check out 𝗵𝗵 Festival. You can Google search for that. I'm sure it's all over the place now because it's on national news. But I'm going to be there. Absolutely, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to be sharing the stage with John Waters and Thomas Sheridan. And the moderator is called Tracy, but I haven't got her surname yet. I think it's Tracy Dawn. And we're going to be opening the festival, talking for an hour about Irish heritage, culture, and history. So I invite you to come to 𝗵𝗵 and let's show these lefties that they don't really have as much power as they think they do. Now, in other separate but related news, there was an individual that was given a platform on Ocean FM, which is a small radio station that deals with the west of Ireland, the west coast of Ireland. And I'm going to play for you that clip of the interview. And I want you to pick out, where did the defamation take place? Because I've never met this person in my life. I've no personal relationship with them at all. But they seem to have a very good idea about who I am and what my character is. So I'm going to first play the radio interview, and then I'm going to follow that up with the apology from Ocean FM.
Let's go to line 2. Merle from Campbell is on the line. Why is it inappropriate, do you think, Merle, for this festival to be hosted in Drumshanbo?
Hi now, thanks for having me on. I have experience with some of the people that are involved in this, like some of the organisers and some of the speakers and whatnot that I'd rather not name.
No, please don't name. But so, right, yeah. Well, is it true to say your issue is twofold? What this group stand for in your eyes, and number 2, the fact it's being hosted in Drumshanbo. Is that right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, these people have been involved in, like, either supporting like financially or socially, or been directly involved in like arson across the country to
I don't know. I don't know if there's any. I mean, I've been looking up their Facebook page, and I mean, what they're saying about this festival, for example, apart from what I said, they're saying, you know, go to the festival, promoting Irish language, music, culture, and traditions, savour delicious dishes from a variety of food, etc., refreshments. So is it not just a festival for people to go and enjoy themselves, Merle?
No, that's just a front. Like, they're just using that to cover themselves. I don't know why like anyone would believe that when the people that are involved in this have ties with a lot of far right activity in the country, and even with loyalists in the north. It's like, people like this are not safe to have in the community. Our community has a lot of migrants and refugees in it, and a lot of these people are terrible activists that go after these people. Like, the president has named a couple of them as vigilantes and criminals.
Okay, well, the group are well able to defend themselves if it merits defence or a counterclaim to what you're saying this morning, Merle. But your other issue is the fact that this festival is being hosted in the Mayflower Community Centre.
Yeah, it's a community centre, and it's funded under funding for diversity and inclusion. If they're going to have far-right agitators there whose intent is to cause harm to migrants who live in the community, and that's completely against both the wishes and the ideals of the community, but also against the funding that they receive. So I think that could be a serious problem for the Mayflower itself.
Okay, but is it against the wishes of the community? I'll read out we rang the chairman of the committee of the Mayflower Community Centre, who told us, issued a statement, wouldn't come on, but issued a statement that the committee had 2 meetings in relation to this and sent questions to the group involved, the 𝗵𝗵 era group, and they are satisfied, they say, to let the festival go ahead. The community centre, the Mayflower, was booked last May, and the group say that they have the same objectives as the Gaelic League, the 𝗵𝗵 era group, and obviously no difficulty there, they say.
I mean, they can say what they like. We know who they are and what they've done. You know, what they're saying publicly and what fronts they're putting up doesn't matter. We know what they've done. Like, and even then, the chairman of the committee, who I will not name, is a politician who believes in the same things that they do. I've read his campaign leaflet, and it is discriminatory. It's homophobic, it's anti-abortion, it's anti-immigrant. He is one of those people as well. Whether they say it publicly or not, these people are all aligned in their anti-immigrant and anti-queer people activity. I don't think these people are safe to have around. Like, again, I have personal experience with some of them, and I have been assaulted personally by one of them, for sure. So these people are not safe to have in our community by any means.
Okay, here's a clip of what they have up on Facebook in relation to what people can expect at the festival in 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝘀.
𝗵𝗵 Era Festival is taking place on Saturday the 23rd of August in 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝘀, County Leitrim. Doors open at 2 p.m. and our first discussion on the day, titled Learning from Ireland's Past to Shape a Resilient Future, is going to be on in the main hall with journalist and author John Waters and the founder of Brehon Academy, Kevin Flanagan. For those of you more interested in just having a chat and a dance with old friends and you, there will be music all day in the bar area next door, and there'll also be music in the main hall once the talks are over.
Nothing too offensive there in that matter, but you're saying that doesn't give the true picture.
No, I mean, not to make any names, but speakers that have been mentioned in the advertisement for that are like Holocaust deniers and anti-queer campaigners. Like, they have stated that they want queer people out of the country entirely. The same that they've said with migrants and refugees. They want them out of the country entirely. These people are gathering for a reason, and that is the reason. What front they put up doesn't matter. We can see through that. One of the organizers as well has ties to loyalists, and militant groups in the north who have done much more than things I've said already. Like, these people are not safe to have in the community. Whatever front they're putting up is all well and good, but these people are dangerous.
Right, okay. So, I mean, what is your appeal at this stage? The festival is going ahead. The committee met twice, as I said, and gave the go-ahead for it. So where do you want this to go now, Merle?
I would suggest to the committee that they cancel it. because whether or not the legal, there could be legal implications from this, because again, their diversity and inclusion funding could be at risk for having far-right elements in there. But if they don't do that, there will be an organised effort to challenge the event and protest against it.
You mean there will be protests outside? Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so you would call on the Mayflower Community Centre Committee to overturn the decision to allow this festival go ahead?
I would, yeah.
Right, okay. Merrill, thanks for coming on this morning. That's Merrill there from Drumshanbo. 071 911 8104, our number to call this morning. You can text or WhatsApp.
With good conversation and where your opinion matters. Call with your comments on 0818 365 500 or text 083 3500 530. Ocean FM. On the 23rd of July 2025, during the Northwest Today show on Ocean FM, comments were made implying that Mr. Kevin Flanagan, a speaker at the 𝗵𝗵 Festival, was associated with Holocaust denial and anti-LGBTQ plus views. Ocean FM unreservedly retracts these statements, which were inaccurate and unfounded. Mr. Flanagan is a founder of the Brehon Academy, dedicated to promoting Irish culture, mythology and laws through articles, videos and online courses, since graduating with a law degree in 2013. He was subsequently awarded a master's degree in politics, philosophy and economics in 2019. Ocean FM retracts the comments without reservation and sincerely apologises to Mr. Flanagan for any distress or reputational harm caused.
Let me assure you, 𝗃𝗺𝗀𝗀, I am not going to be taking this lying down. I am pursuing the individuals behind these actions, and I don't think I will publish what I'm doing yet, but once I'm finished with them, I will be happy to share the story with you all. Now, I hope to see you on the 23rd of August in Castlebar, location to be disclosed. And until next time, my friends, slán go fóill.